All right, to condemn racism, right? How to like you're seeing all these people condemn racism. They're talking about it. We condemn racism, blah blah blah. Like, let's be real. Before you even get into this, like the video, comment on the comment if you want to comment. Hit hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification because you never know the video you suggest might just be next. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff there. All right, so boom, here we go. All right, so this is how you truly condemn racism. Yeah, because I'm seeing bare stuff like from the Prime Minister of the UK and the Home Secretary, I believe that's her title, and even William Windsor. You know what I mean? They're all, and even like the newspapers as well, like they're all condemning racism, right? However, these are the same individuals that project racism. I'm gonna repeat that again. These are the same individuals, yeah, that project racism, yeah, and you have to understand how deep this really goes, yeah. You have to understand how deep this really goes. Like, it goes so deep to the point where it's institutionalized, yeah. You know, how can I put this in other words? It's like throughout the education system from an early age to the point, even in the mainstream media, from an early age, you are seeing racism. Do you see what I mean? It's all subtle. You don't really understand it until, you know what I mean? And other people around, it's like I was watching something from, if I can insert the clip, I will insert it. I don't know if I can, because if I can, it's weird because I don't want LBC or whatever to, you know, flag this video or whatever. So basically, get me. All I say is go to I probably he posts a lot, so you might not see it. What I'll do is I will try and leave it in the description box. Yeah. All right. So basically, the link to it. All right. So boom, like to condemn racism as a whole, right? Really and truly, you have to be proactive on trying to prevent racism and to solve it once and for all. These people, from the PM to the flipping, to William Windsor to flipping it, the Home Secretary, like they can all solve this problem. Yeah. Firstly, in the education system, they can teach the real truth about the British Empire. Yeah, and teach properly when it comes to history. Yeah, and I'm talking about history as a whole. Yeah, because it's a thing where they teach it from a viewpoint where it's so close-minded, where you're only thinking of like Britain when it comes to Tudor and flipping. What else is there? The Battle of Hastings and all that stuff there, and then flipping when it comes to Black history per se, they focus heavily on slavery, but they don't really go too deep into it. Do you see what I mean? They don't really talk about the whole situation. This was me growing up in school. I never learned in school about Malcolm X, but I learned about Martin Luther King. I never learned about Marcus Garvey in school, in primary school, secondary school, but I learned that outside of secondary school, not stuff there, and primary school. And the only reason why I knew about Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X is I'm gonna put that down to my foster mom taking me to I don't know why they call that Afrocentric Saturday school. You see what I mean? So me learning that from an early age, it made me very aware of certain things. This is why I'm so open and passionate about these type of things. This is why the Thealkebulantrust actually exists as well, because I feel like it should be normal. You see what I mean? So obviously there's some things that I need to do to be able to make sure that things are in place properly to, you know what I mean? But listen, I made some mistakes. I'm learning, I'm growing and all that stuff there. There's no excuses, but what can I say? I know trying to run this organization is a huge challenge, yeah, but listen, we'll get there in the end, innit? But other than that, look, the reality of it all is if they really want to condemn racism, education system. In the mainstream media, they really have to show general, real diversity. Yeah, not this whole fake social experiment type of diversity where you got racially ambiguous people. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to use the word racial ambiguous either. I want to use that word race because actually, other thing that they do is the thing where they're not teaching that we're all just humans. Because think about it, when you're a kid, yeah, this is from my experience. You can even answer the comment section below, yeah, from your experience. When I was a kid, do you think I cared about so-called race? The only race I cared about was running against my friends. Do you know what I mean? Like literally running, like, racing my friends, yeah, and trying to beat them, yeah. That was the only race I really cared about. Do you know what I mean? That was the only race I even knew, yeah. And it's funny because even looking back now, I'm like, raw. And the road that I lived on, well, one of them anyway. Yeah, two of the friends that I had, even though they moved ends or whatever, but like both of them, they both supported the same team as me. They both, ironically, they lived in the same house. Like when one left, the other one left. What? It's hard to explain. It's like he replaced the other one, if that makes sense. But they both supported Chelsea Football Club. I supported Chelsea Football Club. Do you see what I mean? We played outside, playing flipping either pat ball or football with a tennis ball. Why with a tennis ball? I have no idea. Do you know what I mean? And get me, even with one of them I used to make music with, I was pretty sure the music we did together is still on his computer or whatever. And even we made music with another guy that, you know, who was also black as well, but he lived around the... Anyway, it doesn't matter where he lives. But like, the point I'm trying to make is we didn't, like, we just... Do you know what I mean? Like, we were just friends. You know what I mean? Like, till this day, if I was to see him, get me, we're friends. In fact, I even saw one of his videos, or I think it was on either Link Up TV or Jerome Daily at one point. I was like, raw, is that my man? Yeah, like, Truants, yeah? I even said his name, Truants. Truants, Truantz, yeah? Listen, anyway. So, the point I'm trying to make is, when you're a kid, you don't really care about that. You don't, like, even this was in like my early teens as well. Like, I didn't care about that race, whatever. So it's programmed into people. And even that, I have heard stories where some people feel that they wanted to be white when they wanted to look a particular way. So that's another level, but we're going to talk about it in another video. Yeah. The point I'm trying to make is, if we're really going to condemn this, we have to teach the truth about humanity, the truth about human nature, the truth about humans, yeah? Not this whole propaganda to try and just divide people and keep people oppressed. That don't make no sense. Like, life is so much easier when we're actually united. Like, it makes more sense. It literally makes more sense. I don't understand the whole separation thing. Yeah, people are gonna have their own set ways and values and all that stuff there, and they can be in their environment doing their thing, but they can still come out of that environment and go into someone else's environment, and you know what I mean, and not be too like they're trying to. I don't explain it, but we could still coexist, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so that's how to truly condemn it. Be proactive. Don't just say it. Don't just say, oh, we condemn racism. We don't like when people are being racist towards black people. Blah, blah, blah. It's not nice. That's not going to do nothing. Like, be active on it. Be active on it. The same way the guy in the LBC thing, whatever his name was, that caller. The same way he said he used to be racist. And he said, alright, boom. He found out why he was racist. Do you see what I mean? And now he calls out people around him that are racist and blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, he said his journey. He said that after he went to uni. Do you know what I mean? Other people experience other people's stories and blah blah blah. I'm like, you see, that's all it flipping takes. It's just education, having talks with people and understanding. All right, that's how you live. Cool. This is your experience. And you're going to find that the people you come across naturally, yeah, you're going to have some level of what do you call it? Some level of, I forgot what it's called, but you know what I mean? Like, I forgot what it's called. Something in common. There's gonna be some relevance of something in common. Yeah, one of them's gonna be that you're both human. Yeah, that's the first one you can get out of the way. You both have needs. Yeah, that need to be kept or whatever. Like, there's two things already. Yeah, that. Anyway, listen. You want to support us at the Thealkebulantrust and what we're doing, the link to that is in the description box below. You can either make a donation of any amount, or you can actually just flip up. You can actually join one of the courses and all that stuff there. If you guys want to react to next to do a video on, leave that in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification because you never know the video you suggest might just be next.